Hi, my name is Marina Brasfield. This is my literature review presentation. I based my project on the impact of digital state testing on student achievement. Here are the main points of the literature review that I will be focusing on in this presentation: digital testing in education, technological infrastructure, impacts of digital testing on student achievement, adaptations to pedagogical practices, and at the end of the presentation, I will be discussing the limitations I encountered during the research process and review any of the recommendations listed in this literature review. Digital testing is the newest form of standardized testing. Although there have been some concerns dealing primarily with the transfer of skills from paper-based to computer-based assessments, there have been some advantages. According to Noyes and Garland, digital testing has eliminated the need for a physical test booklet, which has led to substantial cost reductions and a decrease in human errors during testing administration. Online testing experiences for students have also improved due to online digital tools. Students can now benefit from testing accommodations that closely resemble classroom experiences. For example, students who receive oral administration can now have the test read aloud to them using text-to-speech tools. Online dictionaries have also been made more accessible for students, making it easier for students to use the tool during the test. Despite the effectiveness of going digital, there have been some disadvantages to the transition, dealing primarily with the formatting of the tests. According to research conducted by Dasher and Pilgrim, the online format of specific test items was found to be problematic for many students. For example, reading passages were formatted to fit smaller screens, which forced students to scroll up and down to read the content. This caused additional challenges when searching for answers, resulting in added stress for students. In contrast, according to Bax and Cowan, the paper assessments were found to be more accessible for students, particularly when revising the responses. In addition, the research suggests that students' basic computer skills can also be an issue, as the added challenge of using a cursor, scrolling, dragging, and dropping can reduce student engagement in online tests, possibly affecting their overall performance. Technological infrastructure. Although technology provides students with access to resources and engaging academic learning experiences, limited access to technology can have a negative impact on student performance in high-stakes online testing. Technology accessibility has brought forth questions regarding equity among various different communities. According to Ogundari, students with access to the internet and computer devices at home were able to log in more learning hours outside of the classroom. These students tested better than their peers, highlighting the socioeconomic disparities in student performance based on equitable access to technology. Although the challenge associated with equitable access to technology can cause adverse effects on student performance, the issues and challenges associated with the infrastructure of technology must also be taken into consideration. In 2013, several states reported multiple issues with their online testing system. Students reported slow loading times of questions. Some students were closed out of testing mid-test, and some were unable to log into the test. These issues can result in irregular test results and missed deadlines, leading states to grant extensions, further complicating the testing process for everyone. Impacts on student achievement. The impacts on student performance have either been positive or negative. In a study by Bax and Cowan, found that online testing led to lower scores in both mathematics and English language arts, with a significant decline in ELA scores compared to traditional paper tests. This suggests that students tend to perform better on paper assessments than their online versions. In contrast, some researchers found that no correlation between declining student performance and the mode of delivery for standardized tests, suggesting that additional factors could be affecting student performance. Which brings us to the final section of the review. There are currently two factors attributed to students' challenges with online high-stakes testing. According to Wayne Au and John Polsel, one of those factors is the fragmentation of knowledge and teacher-centered instruction. High-stakes testing has affected the fragmentation of knowledge, in which content is taught in isolated pieces that focuses on the content of the test, leading to teacher-centered instruction, which focuses on lower thinking skills and teaching to the test, thus removing valuable learning experiences from students. According to Polsel, This application to the pedagogy has constrained a deeper understanding of the content, resulting in poor student performance. These challenges, coupled with the redesign of state testing, has added an extra layer of difficulties, particularly for students in the state of Texas. The state of Texas has recently added interactive questions to the State of Texas Assessment of Academic Readiness, STAR, as of the 2022-2023 school year. These new question types were designed to be aligned with classroom experiences and to the types of questions teachers ask in the classroom. However, interactive questions were found to be more challenging than static question formats as they tap into higher order thinking skills. This further emphasizes the misalignment between the rigor of standardized assessments and the role of teaching practices centered around test-specific content, which ultimately neglects to provide students with valuable learning experiences in which they apply higher-order thinking skills related to real-world scenarios. Limitations. One limitation found was the focus on the comparison between computer-based assessments and the paper format. Most research is centered on how comparable the paper test is to the computer version of it without acknowledging student knowledge or mastery of the content. While these factors can influence student performance in any test format, the integration of interactive and active question types adds a layer of challenge for students. Recommendations. Therefore, additional research is needed that focuses on the effects that active and interactive new item type questions have on student performance. The potential findings can influence educational policies that can help address the gap between curriculum, testing, and effective teaching practices that focus on the conceptual understanding of all content rather than test-specific content. In conclusion, the transition to digital testing and standardized assessments can potentially reform educational practices that can provide students with equal opportunity to succeed in the digital era of high-stakes testing. And I hope the research in this literature review has shed some light on the many challenges involved in online high-stakes testing. Thank you.